No one cares about your dreams, your plans, or your struggles until you win. The world doesn't hand out respect or attention based on potential. It demands results. If you want to break through the noise, shatter doubts, and claim your place at the top, you must get gritty. Because grit is more than stubbornness. It's the relentless drive to push harder, sacrifice more, and rise stronger when the odds are stacked against you. Winning isn't just an outcome. It's the only language that truly matters. So stop waiting for permission. Stop asking for validation. Win first, and watch the world start to care. In the world of ambition and achievement, words alone hold little weight. Anyone can talk about their dreams, plans, and potential, but until those words translate into tangible results, they remain just noise, empty promises echoing in an indifferent space. The truth is harsh but undeniable. No one truly cares about what you say you will do, what you intend, or how hard you claim to be working until you actually win. Until you reach the finish line, until you break through barriers and stand victorious, your efforts often go unnoticed and your struggles unacknowledged. It is the outcome, the undeniable proof of success, that commands attention, respect, and influence. This reality demands a fundamental mindset shift. You must understand that your actions, your achievements, your wins are the only language others will truly hear and respect. This principle cuts through all pretense. It doesn't matter how much you hype yourself up, how many excuses you make, or how loud you shout about your work ethic. The world isn't interested in your intentions. It is interested in your impact. This is why countless people start with passion and enthusiasm but fade away into obscurity. Their words outpace their results. The harsh lesson here is that talking is easy, but executing relentlessly until success is undeniable is the rare quality that sets winners apart from dreamers. The moment you deliver results, the dynamic changes entirely. Suddenly, people listen. Suddenly, the critics pause. Suddenly, respect replaces doubt. Winning creates momentum and credibility that words alone can never achieve. Understanding that results speak louder than words is also about embracing accountability. It means owning your journey and realizing that external validation isn't handed out for effort alone. It's earned through accomplishment. This mindset encourages relentless action, because no amount of justification or explanation can substitute for evidence of success. When you internalize this truth, you stop wasting time trying to convince others and start focusing all your energy on producing outcomes that cannot be ignored. It's a powerful motivator to work harder, sharpen your skills, and push beyond the limit of comfort, because the only thing that truly matters is what you create and deliver. Moreover, this concept teaches humility and patience. You learn to accept that until you win, your struggle might go unnoticed or misunderstood, and that's okay. It's part of the journey. The silence of the crowd doesn't mean failure. It means the process is still unfolding. Winners recognize that recognition is a byproduct of results, not the fuel to produce them. This prevents you from seeking validation prematurely or getting discouraged by a lack of immediate attention. Instead, you commit to the grind, confident that your work will speak volumes when the time is right. This perseverance transforms grit into the cornerstone of success. When you consistently produce results, you also build trust and influence. Others start to see you as credible, capable, and worthy of investment, whether that's in relationships, business, or leadership. Results become your reputation. They create a legacy that words alone could never establish. This is why history remembers those who achieved, who conquered, who delivered beyond expectations, while the loudest voices without proof fade into obscurity. Results are objective and irrefutable. They cut through skepticism, criticism, and doubt like a knife through butter. Winning isn't just about the applause. It's about creating undeniable evidence of your ability that speaks across any room, industry, or challenge. Finally, embracing the idea that results speak louder than words empowers you to master focus and discipline. You learn to prioritize what actually moves the needle, rather than getting caught up in endless planning, talking, or excuses. It forces you to measure progress not by how loudly you proclaim your goals, but by the tangible milestones you reach along the way. This clarity of purpose sharpens your strategy and fuels sustained effort. You develop an unshakable belief that every step taken toward a concrete outcome is a step closer to breaking through the noise and commanding the attention you deserve. In essence, the harsh truth is that no one cares about your journey until you've earned a victory. The only way to change that is to get gritty, to grind relentlessly, and to let your results shout for you. Words may open doors, but results kick them wide open and keep them that way. That's the power you must harness if you want to rise above the crowd, silence the skeptics, and make your mark. Grit is not just a trait. It is the essential bridge that connects your ambitions to the recognition you seek. It is a relentless force that pushes you through the darkest moments when failure seems certain, when every step forward feels like a battle against impossible odds. Without grit, talent and passion alone fall short. Recognition and success don't come to those who wait for opportunity to knock politely or to those who give up at the first sign of resistance. Instead, they come to those who have the unyielding determination to keep moving forward, no matter how many times they are knocked down. Grit is the unwavering commitment to endure hardship, to persist beyond pain and fatigue, and to relentlessly chase your goals even when the world looks away. It is the bridge that transforms your dreams from fragile ideas into unstoppable realities that demand attention. When you develop grit, you accept that the path to success is never smooth or straightforward. It is riddled with setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But grit gives you the strength to see beyond these immediate struggles, to understand that every challenge is a necessary part of the journey. You learn that recognition is never handed out freely. It is earned through sweat, sacrifice, and an iron-will refusal to quit. Grit forces you to stop making excuses and start making progress. It pushes you to show up even when motivation fades and enthusiasm wanes. It turns perseverance into a habit and persistence into a lifestyle. The people who achieve greatness are not necessarily the most gifted. They are often the ones with the deepest reservoirs of grit. This kind of grit is a form of mental toughness that separates winners from the rest. It is about developing an unbreakable mindset that refuses to be derailed by failure or criticism. It demands resilience, bouncing back stronger after each defeat and learning from every mistake without losing momentum. When you cultivate grit, you train yourself to focus on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, and your willingness to keep pushing forward. This focus shifts your energy away from external distractions and negative voices, locking it firmly on your purpose and goals. Over time, this persistence builds a momentum so powerful that it becomes impossible for others to ignore your rise. Grit also fuels growth in a way that immediate success cannot. Quick wins may bring short-term praise, but deep, lasting recognition comes from sustained effort and consistent improvement. It is grit that drives you to keep sharpening your skills, to keep expanding your knowledge, and keep grinding when the initial excitement wears off. This long-term commitment transforms potential into mastery, and mastery into undeniable achievement. The people who ultimately win are those who outlast their competition, who stay hungry and determined through every season of struggle. Grit is what fuels that enduring hunger, turning obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into comebacks. Moreover, grit cultivates a sense of self-belief and confidence that is unshakable. When you face adversity head-on and refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. This inner confidence grows stronger with every challenge overcome and every milestone reached. It creates a positive feedback loop, where belief drives action, and action reinforces belief. Recognition often follows because people sense this strength. They see someone who refuses to give up, who fights through the pain, and who will not be stopped. This kind of grit commands respect, inspires others, and builds a reputation that goes far beyond mere words or temporary success. Finally, grit is the ultimate equalizer. No matter where you start in life or what obstacles you face, grit levels the playing field. It allows anyone with enough determination to rise above circumstance and claim their place in the spotlight. This is why grit is more valuable than natural talent alone. It is a relentless pursuit, the refusal to surrender, and a constant drive to push forward that truly separates those who win from those who watch from the sidelines. Recognition doesn't come to the lucky or the gifted. It comes to the gritty. If you want to be seen, if you want to be heard, if you want to win, then you must build grit. It is the unshakable foundation on which every victory is built, the bridge you must cross to turn your efforts into undeniable success. In a world filled with distractions, critics, and constant noise, the ability to tune out everything except what truly matters is a superpower. Ignoring the noise means shutting down the voices that try to derail your focus, the doubters, the naysayers, the distractions that pull you away from your mission. Too often, people get caught up in trying to prove themselves to others, responding to criticism, or seeking approval before they've even earned it. But the harsh reality is that no one cares about your journey until you win. So wasting energy on the noise is a luxury you cannot afford. The real power lies in channeling all your energy into the grind, the hustle, the daily relentless effort that moves you closer to your goal. Focusing on the hustle means committing yourself fully to the work, no matter how difficult, lonely, or thankless it may feel at the time. Ignoring the noise is not about arrogance or blindness. It's about clarity and discipline. It's understanding that the opinions and distractions around you are often rooted in other people's fears, jealousy, or limited perspectives. Those who want to see you fail will try to shake your confidence with doubt and criticism, while others may simply be indifferent, not ready to support your vision until it becomes undeniable. The noise can come from inside your own mind too. Self-doubt, fear, and uncertainty whispering that you're not good enough or that your efforts won't pay off. But every successful person has faced the same barrage of external and internal noise and made a conscious choice to tune it out. They commit to their hustle so deeply that distractions become background static, irrelevant to the work that must be done. When you focus on the hustle, you develop an ironclad work ethic that isn't dependent on validation or applause. You learn to work in silence, knowing that the real reward is the progress you make each day. The hustle is about consistency, showing up no matter what, putting the hours, grinding when motivation fades, and pushing through even when results are slow to come. It's about embracing the process without shortcuts, without excuses, and without distraction. This unwavering focus on action creates momentum. The hustle doesn't just keep you moving forward. It builds confidence and skill, sharpens your resilience, and carves a path through obstacles. This kind of dedication is magnetic. It eventually pulls recognition to you because it's impossible to ignore someone who refuses to stop working. Moreover, ignoring the noise allows you to maintain emotional control. When you give weight to every negative comment or external opinion, you risk being tossed around like a leaf in a storm. Emotional highs and lows drain your energy and cloud your judgment. But by tuning out unnecessary noise, you protect your mental and emotional space, keeping it focused and clear. This control is essential because success demands calm, calculated decisions, and a steady mindset. When distractions are silenced, your mind becomes a powerful tool that can strategize, innovate, and adapt without being overwhelmed by fear or doubt. This mental clarity enables you to hustle smarter, not just harder, turning obstacles into opportunities rather than reasons to quit. Focusing on a hustle also means prioritizing what truly moves the needle. It forces you to be selective with your time and energy, cutting out activities and relationships that don't serve your growth. The noise often disguises itself as important, but is really just a distraction designed to keep you stuck. The hustle demands ruthless prioritization, doing the work that directly contributes to your goals, refining your craft, and building a foundation for your eventual breakthrough. This laser focus separates those who dream from those who achieve. Dreamers get lost in the noise, while hustlers bury themselves in the work that makes winning inevitable. Finally, ignoring the noise and focusing on the hustle cultivates a powerful mindset of self-reliance and confidence. When you stop seeking external validation and instead trust your own process and effort, you become unstoppable. You recognize that the only approval you truly need is the one that comes from within, knowing you gave your all every single day. This mindset builds resilience against setbacks and criticism because your sense of worth isn't tied to outside voices. It empowers you to keep grinding long before the crowd notices, long before the applause begins, and long before anyone else believes in you. The hustle, sustained in silence and fueled by relentless focus, will ultimately break through the noise, making your success impossible to ignore. The choice is clear: drown in distractions or rise above them by putting in the work. Ignore the noise. Focus on the hustle. Let your results do the talking when the time is right. Success is never handed out on a silver platter. It demands sacrifice and tenacity in ways that few are willing to accept. Behind every triumphant story is a journey marked by difficult choices, late nights, miscomforts, and relentless refusal to quit. Sacrifice is a cost you pay when you choose to chase something bigger than yourself, something that requires giving up immediate pleasures for long-term gains. It means saying no to distractions, postponing gratification, and enduring discomfort so you can build the future you desire. Without this willingness to sacrifice, ambition remains just a wish, and dreams dissolve into distractions. Tenacity is the force that keeps you moving forward despite exhaustion, doubt, and setbacks. Together, sacrifice and tenacity create the unbreakable backbone of every real success story. To achieve something meaningful, you must be prepared to let go of things that many take for granted. Time with friends and family, leisure, even sleep. The world will not pause while you work toward your goals, and neither can you. This is not about reckless sacrifice, but about disciplined choices. You prioritize your vision above temporary comforts because you know that the price of success is paid in the moments others waste. It's easy to look at success from the outside and assume it's effortless or instant, but that is far from the truth. The sacrifices are invisible to the casual observer, hidden behind the shine of achievement. You might miss celebrations, social events, or even rest, but these sacrifices build a foundation on which victory is constructed. Tenacity, on the other hand, is what carries you through when sacrifice alone is not enough. Sacrifice gets you started, but tenacity makes sure you don't stop. It is the grit to face failure head-on and keep showing up day after day, regardless of how tough it gets. Tenacity means pushing through pain, rejection, and discouragement without losing sight of your purpose. It means developing an unshakable belief in your goal, even when the world doubts you or your progress seems invisible. Tenacity transforms obstacles into stepping stones. It gives you the strength to endure the grind long after motivation fades, long after excitement dims. This dogged determination is what separates those who succeed from those who give up just shy of their breakthrough. Sacrifice and tenacity are intertwined. Sacrifice without tenacity risks burnout or regret, while tenacity without sacrifice often leads to wasted energy on distractions or half measures. True success requires both in full measure, a willingness to give up what is easy and comfortable, and the strength to keep pushing through hardship and doubt. This combination builds a mindset where discomfort is embraced as a necessary part of growth, and every challenge is met with fierce resolve. It is not for the faint-hearted. It demands mental toughness, emotional resilience, and unrelenting commitment to the end goal. Moreover, these qualities force you to live with intention. You become acutely aware that every choice matters because the margin between success and failure is razor thin. Sacrifice sharpens your focus and prioritization, making you ruthless in protecting your time and energy. Tenacity keeps you anchored in purpose, preventing distraction from steering you off course. Together, they create a powerful momentum, turning small daily efforts into massive results over time. This is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary things, by consistently choosing sacrifice and tenacity over comfort and quitting. Recognizing the need for sacrifice and tenacity also prepares you for the loneliness that often accompanies the journey. When you're fully committed to your vision, there will be moments when others don't understand your choices or question your priorities. Sacrifice might isolate you socially, and tenacity might frustrate those who don't share your level of commitment. But this solitude is part of the process, an essential phase where you build the inner strength needed to withstand future challenges. The victory that follows is sweeter because it was earned through resilience and sacrifice, not luck or shortcuts. Ultimately, success is a hard-earned reward for those willing to pay the price. It requires sacrificing comfort for growth, short-term pleasure for long-term gain, and maintaining unwavering tenacity even when the path is steep and lonely. If you want to stand out, if you want to break through the noise and claim your victory, you must accept that success is not a given. It is something you fight for every single day. You must be prepared to sacrifice without hesitation and hold on to tenacity with relentless grip. Only then will you build a kind of success that lasts and commands respect. Winning has a transformative power unlike anything else. It changes the narrative, flips the script, and turns even the harshest doubters into your biggest believers. For those who have faced skepticism, criticism, or outright dismissal, victory is the ultimate proof that silences the noise and demands respect. People don't invest attention or trust in someone until they have a track record of success. Until then, doubts linger and skepticism thrives. But once you win, once you prove your worth through undeniable achievement, you shift the perception completely. Winning doesn't just validate your efforts. It rewrites the story in your favor and forces the world to see you in a new light. This transformation begins the moment you deliver results. Doubters who once questioned your abilities or intentions suddenly find themselves forced to acknowledge your skill, determination, and grit. Winning challenges their assumptions and exposes a gap between words and reality. The loudest critics become silent observers, watching closely as your momentum builds. This shift is not just about external validation. It's about the undeniable power of success to reshape how people perceive you and what you're capable of. When you win, you move from the margins into the spotlight, and suddenly, your voice carries weight it never had before. Winning transforms doubters into believers because success is tangible and objective. It's hard to argue with facts. No amount of negativity or doubt can erase the evidence of achievement. This proof becomes your armor and your platform. It gives you confidence and leverage to influence others, to inspire trust, and to build alliances that were previously out of reach. The journey from being doubted to being believed is one of the most powerful shifts you can experience, and it is fueled by your ability to deliver results consistently. Winning creates a momentum that attracts opportunity, respect, and support, turning previous obstacles into stepping stones. Moreover, winning is contagious. When people see someone overcome challenges and achieve greatness, they become inspired and start to believe in what was once impossible. Your success becomes a beacon, encouraging others to reevaluate their own doubts and fears. This ripple effect expands your influence far beyond your immediate circle. You become a symbol of perseverance, grit, and triumph, proof that obstacles can be overcome and skepticism conquered. The transformation of doubters into believers not only validates your journey, but also empowers others to push through their own challenges, creating a cycle of motivation and achievement. The power of winning to convert doubters is also deeply personal. Every victory chips away at the internal voices of doubt and fear that live inside your own mind. When you win, you prove to yourself that you are capable, resilient, and worthy of success. This internal shift is critical because self-belief is a foundation for future growth and achievement. Winning boosts your confidence and fuels your ambition, making you more fearless and determined in pursuit of your next goal. The transformation from doubt to belief happens not just externally but within, creating a mindset that is unstoppable and prepared to take on even greater challenges. However, the path to winning, and thus transforming doubters into believers, is rarely easy. It requires persistence, sacrifice, and unrelenting commitment to your vision. You must stay focused and keep grinding, especially when the doubters are loudest and the support is weakest. This is a crucible where character is forged and grit is tested. The true power of winning lies not just in the final outcome, but in the journey of overcoming opposition and silence. Every step forward chips away at doubt and builds a bridge to belief. When you finally cross that bridge, you don't just win a title or recognition. You win trust, influence, and the power to shape your own destiny. In essence, winning is the ultimate proof that turns skepticism into support. It validates your effort, rewrites your story, and demands that the world see you differently. Those who doubted you are forced to become believers because success is an undeniable language that transcends opinion. When you win, you become unstoppable, not only because of what you have achieved, but because of the shift you create in how others see and believe in you. This transformation is the fuel for sustained greatness and the key to unlocking new levels of opportunity and respect. Winning changes everything, and until you get gritty enough to win, the doubters will remain. But once you do, they can no longer deny your power. Consistency is a silent force behind every success story, the unglamorous but indispensable ingredient that separates fleeting efforts from lasting achievement. It's easy to get caught up in bursts of motivation or grand declarations of intent. But those who truly win understand that sustained success is built on showing up day after day, doing the work, and delivering results over time. Consistency builds credibility because it proves to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are reliable, disciplined, and serious about your goals. Without consistency, even the greatest ideas and talents remain just potential. It's only through relentless, focused repetition that you turn potential into power and dreams into reality. When you commit to consistency, you create momentum that compounds exponentially. Each effort, no matter how small, adds up and propels you forward. This momentum becomes a force of its own, making it easier to keep moving even when motivation wanes or obstacles arise. The power of consistency lies in its ability to transform the ordinary into extraordinary through persistent action. It's not about giant leaps taken sporadically. It's about the steady steps that build unstoppable progress. This momentum draws attention because it signals that you are in it for the long haul, that you won't be deterred by setbacks or distractions. People begin to trust your process and believe in your potential because they see your unwavering commitment over time. Credibility in the realm of success is everything. It is a currency that opens doors, builds relationships, and attracts opportunities. Consistency is what establishes this credibility. When you deliver results regularly, people start to rely on you. They know you don't make empty promises or disappear when the going gets tough. This reputation for dependability distinguishes winners from pretenders. It transforms your narrative from mere talk to undeniable proof. The more consistent you are, the more you solidify your position as someone who can be trusted to perform, lead, and inspire. This credibility is not just external. It also strengthens your self-confidence. When you see your own progress accumulate day after day, your belief in yourself grows, fueling further effort and resilience. Moreover, consistency creates a foundation for mastery. No one becomes exceptional overnight. Skills, knowledge, and expertise develop through repeated practice and refinement. By committing to consistent effort, you give yourself the time and space to improve, to learn from mistakes, and to adapt. This ongoing process of growth transforms you into someone who doesn't just survive challenges, but conquers them. Mastery earned through consistency commands respect and opens new doors to success. It's the difference between fleeting popularity and lasting influence. Those who maintain their commitment through the ups and downs emerge as true leaders in their field. Consistency also builds resilience. When you make showing up a non-negotiable part of your routine, you condition yourself to face adversity head-on. You become less reactive to temporary setbacks because you know that the long game is what matters. This steady approach prevents burnout and discouragement, allowing you to maintain high performance over time. It teaches patience and persistence, two qualities that are essential for any lasting success. Resilience born from consistency gives you the strength to weather storms, recover quickly, and keep moving forward no matter what. Importantly, consistency allows you to control the narrative of your journey. When you are consistent, you shape how others perceive you. You move beyond fleeting impressions to create a sustained, positive image that builds trust and admiration. This steady presence ensures that when your moment to win arrives, you are ready and positioned to capitalize on it. It means that when the spotlight hits, you are not a flash in the pan, but a force built on solid groundwork. This kind of recognition is earned, respected, and hard to dismiss. Ultimately, consistency is the bridge between effort and achievement. It is the daily commitment to your vision that transforms hope into reality. Without it, even the most ambitious goals remain distant dreams. With it, you build credibility, create momentum, master your craft, and develop resilience, all critical components of winning. If you want to get gritty and rise above the noise, you must embrace consistency as your greatest ally. It is the steady heartbeat of success, the unshakable rhythm that carries you from obscurity to victory. Failure is not the enemy of success. It is its most crucial ally. To truly get gritty and win, you must embrace failure as an essential part of the journey rather than something to fear or avoid. Failure is a teacher, a guide, and a stepping stone that shapes your path to victory. Every successful person has faced failure, not once but repeatedly, and has learned to view it as a powerful source of growth and resilience. Failure is proof that you are pushing boundaries, taking risks, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. When you stop fearing failure and start embracing it, you unlock a mindset that propels you forward with greater strength and clarity. The biggest barrier to success is often the fear of failure itself. This fear paralyzes, it stalls progress, and it convinces many to quit before they even start. But grit demands the courage to move forward despite fear, to confront failure head-on with relentless determination. Embracing failure means understanding that every setback is not a sign of defeat, but an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to come back stronger. It requires a shift in perspective, seeing failure as a necessary part of growth rather than a reflection of your worth or potential. This mindset frees you from the chains of perfectionism and opens the door to bold action and continuous improvement. Failure provides invaluable feedback that no success story can offer. It highlights weaknesses, exposes flaws in your approach, and reveals gaps in your knowledge or skill set. If you ignore failure or pretend it doesn't happen, you miss out on this critical information. When you embrace failure, you become a student of your own journey, constantly refining and evolving. Each failure is a data point that brings you closer to the winning formula. It teaches you resilience by forcing you to stand back up, to recalibrate, and to keep moving forward. This process of trial and error is a foundation of innovation and mastery. Moreover, embracing failure builds mental toughness. When you allow yourself to fail without self-condemnation, you develop emotional resilience. You learn to handle criticism, rejection, and disappointment without losing your sense of purpose or motivation. This resilience is what separates those who ultimately win from those who give up. It turns failure into fuel, a source of energy that ignites your drive to push harder and smarter. Each time you recover from failure, you reinforce your confidence and expand your capacity to endure challenges. This mental toughness becomes an unshakable pillar that supports you through the toughest phases of your journey. Failure also fosters humility and growth. It teaches you that you are not invincible, that the path to greatness is paved with struggle and setbacks. This humility keeps you grounded, open to feedback, and willing to seek help or learn new skills. It prevents complacency and arrogance, qualities that can derail even the most talented individuals. Embracing failure means you accept that success is a process, not a destination. It keeps you hungry, curious, and relentless in your pursuit of excellence. Importantly, failure creates stories of triumph that inspire and connect. The stories of those who never faced failure lack the depth and authenticity of those who did. When you share your failures and how you overcame them, you build credibility and inspire others. You become proof that grit and perseverance can transform setbacks into victories. This human connection makes your success meaningful and enduring, far beyond the surface of achievement. Ultimately, embracing failure as a stepping stone is the key to unlocking your true potential. It frees you to take risks, to innovate, and to persist with unwavering commitment. It transforms obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into comebacks. Without embracing failure, you remain trapped in a cycle of fear and hesitation, limiting your ability to rise and win. But when you accept failure as a vital part of your journey, you build the resilience, wisdom, and strength needed to break through barriers and achieve greatness. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a path to it, and those who master this truth are the ones who ultimately win. Words are easy. Anyone can talk about their dreams, ambitions, and plans, but true power lies in action and results. In a world saturated with noise, promises, and empty claims, the only thing that truly cuts through the clutter is undeniable success. Letting your results speak louder than words means committing to the discipline of proving your worth through consistent performance rather than empty boasts. It's about backing up your claims with action and tangible outcomes. When you focus on producing results, you build credibility, earn respect, and silence skeptics without needing to argue or explain yourself. Results are the ultimate form of communication because they are objective, visible, and impossible to ignore. Many people fall into the trap of talking more than doing. They spend energy convincing others of their potential, explaining why they deserve opportunities, or justifying past failures. But talk without results is just noise. It fades quickly and leaves no lasting impact. Real grit requires shutting down the chatter and channeling all your effort into the work that moves you closer to your goals. Every action you take becomes a statement. Every milestone reaches a testament to your dedication and skill. Letting results speak means you don't waste energy defending yourself or chasing approval. Instead, you focus on creating undeniable proof of your capabilities. Results command respect because they transcend opinion. No matter how loud the doubters are or how strong the criticism seems, success speaks its own language. It forces people to acknowledge your talent, work ethic, and vision. When you produce consistent, high-quality outcomes, you become a force that can't be ignored or dismissed. This shifts the dynamics in your favor. People begin to approach you with interest, offer support, and open doors because they recognize your ability to deliver. Your achievements become your reputation, your currency, and your power. This transformation is critical in a world where talk is cheap and actions truly matter. Furthermore, letting results speak fosters self-confidence and internal validation. When you rely on results rather than external validation, you build a stronger, more resilient mindset. You become less dependent on others' opinions and more focused on your own progress and growth. This internal focus keeps you grounded and motivated even when the spotlight is off or the crowd is silent. You know your worth because you see the evidence in what you accomplish. This confidence is contagious. It fuels further action, attracts opportunities, and propels you forward on your journey. Letting results do the talking also demands a high level of discipline and focus. It means setting clear goals, creating effective plans, and executing with precision. You learn to prioritize the activities that have the most impact and eliminate distractions that waste time and energy. This results-driven mindset aligns your efforts with your vision and ensures that every step forward counts. It cultivates a relentless pursuit of excellence, where you are constantly improving, adapting, and pushing boundaries. This kind of focused action separates those who win from those who merely dream. Importantly, when you let your results speak, you build a legacy. Words can be forgotten, misinterpreted, or challenged, but results are permanent markers of your journey. They become proof of your resilience, skill, and grit for yourself and others. This legacy inspires trust and admiration that lasts far beyond any single achievement. It becomes a foundation on which you build future success, influence, and leadership. By focusing on results, you create a lasting impact that transcends temporary praise or criticism. Ultimately, letting your results speak louder than words is about humility and authenticity. It's about recognizing that true power is earned, not claimed. It's about showing, not telling. When you dedicate yourself to producing results, you rise above the noise and competition. You transform skepticism into respect and potential into reality. In the end, the world doesn't remember what you said. It remembers what you did. So if you want to get gritty and win, stop talking and start delivering. Let your results be the undeniable proof that no one can ignore or question. Winning is not a moment. It's a relentless process fueled by grit, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment. No one will care about your journey or your potential until you deliver undeniable results that command attention and respect. Getting gritty means embracing failure, pushing through doubt, and showing up consistently, even when no one is watching. It's about letting your actions speak louder than words and proving your worth through persistent effort. When you win, you transform skeptics into believers and silence the noise forever. So commit fully, fight fiercely, and remember, the world only cares when you win. So get gritty and make winning your story.